Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday, Abe. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Marty. Good morning. Good morning, Mike. Miyagi AOD. Good morning. Welcome to the room. Ravienda. Good morning. Steven. Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. Good morning, everybody. All right, guys. So let's get the show on the road, and let's put some work in. Taking a quick look. 200 and Rico have not closed. We got very, very close, like literally a few minutes ago, to closing and reversing the candle, and the buyer stepped in and protected it. So that 342, in order for the shorts to start taking control, they really have to kind of break that level, especially since we visited that level kind of early on and almost closed it. The 100 NT Rinko and the 200 NT Rinko are out of sync. So that what that means that it's a two-sided market, and it's a two-sided market at the open. Okay, and depending on how that 20 NT Rinko, here we go, lining up is how the side of the market we're going to be looking at. Right now we're in the neutral zone. We have the harmony zone number 1 and 2 as support and resistance. If they go up to the 85.90, they're gonna sell it off in this area. There's a good chance they're stabilize it. Ultimately, a level that we want to see is 342, and it happens to be Globex as well. So the first 15-20 minutes, we are going to be spending some time understanding the price action. ES. We hit Globex. We're coming back up a little bit. We need to trade under Globex for the shorts to take control. We have not closed this candle. So at 230.5 is a critical level for the shorts. You have to kind of break that in order for us to start gathering momentum. There's strength, relative strength. And here we go. So we just closed that 42. It's Globex. Now rallies become shortable on a swing trade basis on NQ, and we have a target, a swing target. That swing target is 317. 317. We have a harmony zone number 1, which is 67 by 77, 92 by 402, and we're looking for 317 as a target. We'll reevaluate the shorts if we break anything above 380. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. Sheila, good morning. Adam, good morning. Eke, you good morning. Jeff, good morning. 5 o'clock Central, Mike. Yes, I said 5. 5. So we're testing Harmon zone number 1. Price action is responding to it so far. Okay. Gonna go short right here and into 76. I'm gonna take it right here just because of that pause. I mean, it may end up actually getting to that 76, but that's an entry, that's an exit. That's the first touch of harmony zone number 2, and that's typically gets faded. Ultimately, the shorts got to get to 66 before, before they can take hold. Right now, the market is out of sync again. Yeah, we should get to that 76. How's the audio, by the way? Is it? Can you guys hear me clearly? Here comes that 76. Good morning, Safe. How are you, buddy? Good morning. So now they're gonna try to bring it back up, at least to 86, potentially 92. We'll see how strong the buyers or how strong the shorts are. Because if you start breaking anything above the 400, you're gonna have a problem. They're gonna start running this thing up. Here we go. That's good. The first touch to this zone typically gets faded back down to this zone, and that's what I just took right here. I took it halfway just because of that pause, but that's kind of the ping pong effect. At 95, would I take another swing? In the right setup, if they put like a captain setup or something like that up there on a lower high, yeah, that would be not a bad spot to do it again. It just from the perspective of probability, I'm better off just taking the first touch here and the first touch long here. That doesn't mean that, I mean, sometimes you see them ping pong back and forth 4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 times. It just, so you're going to have to kind of look at it once it gets up there. I mean, what kind of price action or setup are we having? So we're seeing lower highs coming in. So we're seeing the resistance. We're seeing the lower highs coming in. Obviously, the 42, which is Globex, is the critical price structure. They tried to protect it. Now, if we come back and close under it, you're gonna get a major flush in the market. That's gonna take us to 317. Then we have 300, actually lower than that. The target is gonna be lower than that. Yeah, we keep seeing this lower highs showing up, and that shows weakness. Okay. One thing that I just noticed, 72 is critical level. Okay. Yeah. If you, yeah, here we go. We're gonna go lower. We're gonna go to like 40s. We're gonna go to the 40s here with this type of price action. We're gonna push toward that Globex right now. Here we go, and shorts are in control again. Market is still in harmony on the short side after we broke the 54. We're looking for our target of 317. All of this buying was nothing but a trap for people. And the test of it was harmony zone number 2, where we got short between 67 and 77. That zone was the critical zone for this morning. Now, if we don't see this 94 again in the next 15-20 minutes, the odds are we're going to push into 300, then push down to 275 and 250, and momentum is going to start really picking up. Target of 317 coming up. Target is hit. Harmony zone number 1 and 2 shifted. Zone number 1 is 342 by 352. 367 by 77 is zone number 2. We have Globex at 342. Rallies are shortable. We'll reevaluate if we break 355. Next target is 292. 292. And 292 is hit. Next target is 267. 267. Zone number 1 and 2 shifted to 317 by 27, 342 by 352. Momentum is here on the short side, like we said earlier. There's a good chance that we'll put a price stability structure here, meaning if we start putting on a higher low, that we can bounce back up a little bit. Which we are looking for bounces as a shorting opportunity, by the way. Okay, so the target is hit. Next target is 242. Zone number 1 is 92 by 302 and 317 by 27. Rallies are shortable. We will reevaluate if we break anything above 310. What a massive move, guys. What a massive move. What a massive move. We're at target number 6 in this sequence. Hey, Samuel, good morning. We should see a little bit of price stability here, guys. Probably a push toward that 70-80 level. So what are they doing right here? They're pumping the brakes. They're pumping the brakes right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get to 280. That doesn't mean I personally will go long. I'm gonna look for the market for the rallies to go short into it, but I can recognize. We got 6 minutes to the top of the hour. I mean, they're trying to, pause it here. Higher low at 235. Like personally, I don't want to go short here or anywhere here. So that puts me in a pause of trying to. So they're putting a captain set up long right there. So they should be pushing up to the 60s. Captain setup switch trade. We should be pushing toward the 60s. There's a price stability and a rounding behavior going on in this market right now. Rallies are shortable till proven otherwise. We'll reevaluate the shorts if we break anything above 280. We should be running up into the 60s, 65 out of this structure. Here it comes. I know. That was a good one. Yeah, Cappy Switch. That was a good one. That was a good one. I mean, I understood what they were doing here. And actually, there was that rounding behavior right here. They put a captain setup long with a switch trade. So automatically you're gonna get 2 to 3 candle push in that direction, and that makes 65 a natural spot for that type of price action. There's the captain set up long on the 50 NT wrinkle. So what does that mean? That means that the market is making a double bottom up down here too, and price action is trying to stabilize. So you don't want to break 36. You don't want to break 36 for anybody interested in the long, and you don't want to break 44 either. I'm going to show you a formation here that they're just doing. They're trying to trap both sides of the market. So that's steady NT wrinkle. Captain setup switch trade ran it up. They took the same formation, captain setup switch trade short, and ran it down. and now they're gonna play around the 50 a few more times. News coming in 1 minute. Yep. So that's definitely something that I'm not. I gotta wait and see what the news brings. Here comes the news. 9 o'clock, and that target of 217 is hit. Next target is 192. 192. Harmony zone number two is, one is 42 by 52, 67 by 77. Harmony zone number two will reevaluate the shorts if we break 255. And rallies are shortable and continue to be shortable. Yeah, it's a free fall. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, we expected that structure. If you remember, that's the short right there. I want that back, right? I want that one back. This double switch trades right here. I took that scalping trade. I'm having an issue with my system moving orders. So what we had here is a captain setup. After you did two switch trades in a row, you made a captain setup. That's a behavior of a market that just stopping and turning. So we took that quick one. And is anybody maybe just the amount of data that's coming through, but is anybody else having issue with moving orders? You're okay? All right, let me see here. So these are the two decisions that we took. We took that initial short, and now we took the long. Two decisions, 246. Let's keep going. Yeah, I'm seeing some of that, Marty, as well. So it looks like we hit the top, and now we caught the bottom of this move. Uh, Jeff, you're talking about this right here? Are you talking about where I got in long? Because that specific signal is called captain setup. Yeah, it's called Captain Setup Long. You see this all day long. We will talk about it throughout the day as well. What makes it work? It's how it's structured. I mean, that's something that we go through when we're in training, but it's one of those things where, and especially if you have a wick, like you have a minimum of 4 candle formation where the price attempted to break 203, actually not 203, 204 and a half, 4 times. And every single time they came to that level, they failed to break it. And when they broke it very briefly with a wick and came back up. So at the conclusion of that fourth candle, uh, the entry of it is the close of the candle plus 1 tick. And basically, the psychology of this trade, it's the failure of the shorts to make any additional ground, and they got trapped. So when you see this type of behavior at an extreme buying pressure and an extreme selling pressure, they signify a quick turn in price action. Because you put the brake on the selling pressure, and you proved that any selling in and around 204 half is just getting gobbled back up. So what makes it work is four attempts at breaking a level that fails to make any ground. That traps people. All right, so we hit harmony zone number 1. We're breaking through it. It's putting a pause. There's a disconnect between the 200 and the 100, and we're looking for the shorts need to establish a new cloud negative in order for us to start getting short. But we have one more opportunity if it runs up in into harmony zone number 2, which is 267 by 77. That area can show us a bit of selling pressure. Here it comes. See that right here? You're expecting a push down to the 50. See that right here? You're expecting a push down to the 50. Yeah, I'm having, like, I'm trying to even post an order and it's not posting. I was trying to go short up here and I just keep clicking and it's not doing anything. Okay, so you see that kind of distribution level every time we come up to harmony zone number two. Um, that the natural progression of this is to go to that 50, maybe dig deeper into it to the 45. So you're gonna see that happen here in a few seconds. DJ Mike, good morning, brother. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, good luck today. Okay. So that's the first touch here, first touch here. Now they're breaking up that structure. That puts me at a pause of trying to get short, right there with that type of behavior, because the next move for this market is to go and close 292, and that would put a pause. What that means now the pullbacks become buyable. Well, we hit the bottom on that trade. See that? So in and around here, we should see a pullback. And depending on how the pullback is reacting. So, for example, if this pullback holds and we don't break anything under 256, then you're going to see higher prices to 317. Okay, but if we break this 256, then you're going to get a sideways market and a potential, you know, at a minimum, you're going to get a two-sided market. See, the reason why I say that, because we're at the bottom end of the Globex band, and that's a typical area where, when you run up to it, you get a little bit of a fade going. So you're looking into that fade to see how strong the longs are gonna act. Hey, Omer, good morning. Good morning, Omer. How are you, bud? Yeah, so that, I mean, there's no pullback. I mean, here comes a pullback, which is really not where you want to see the pullback happen. Uh, yeah, don't get cute with this market. Do not get cute with this market. We should, if we close this candle at 301, we're gonna get a bit of a selling pressure to reversion to the mean, which is 286, 285. If you close below 302. All right. I took a 3 contract trade short right here. Man, yeah, that's the reversion to the mean trade. That's a reversion to the mean trade. Okay, so what's the rationale here? We've seen this like a million times, where whenever they get so close to a big swing trade target and they do this type of pattern, or they do a pattern where they run it up and give you a one candle reversal, that type of behavior is a trapping behavior, because they're trapping everybody that just stayed long, and they're going to pull it to the middle of the range to retest it. So whenever they made a high and a lower high and they gave me that one candle reversal, my entry here has a stop of 13 and a quarter, and I'm looking all the way down to 291. But I'm still having problems moving my orders. So I just went into my control panel and I exited that position. I don't want to get stuck. So I got to figure out why my system is not allowing me to move orders around here. But that decision was the right decision. So that trade we just took for 3 contracts, it got us to 494 right now. All right, and let's look for the next decision. Hey, one stop. Yeah, that was one hell of a move today. One heck of a move. We picked good spots to be in the market. Like, you know, we'll recap it later on, but we're spot on today. uh, dope. It's This is the Harmony trading system, and the actual candle is Ninja Rinko. Jeff, how does this chart tell me to go short up there? I kind of explained it a little bit, but there's more to it. You're getting a lower high against a major swing trade, and if there's a reason to fade a market, that would be one. It has two stops to it, one at 312 or 313, then you got a 318 stop, and you're looking for the reversion to the mean type of trade. We see this happen all day long, 24/7. This is a frequent occurrence in the market with high probability setup. I'm gonna step away, get some water. I'll be back. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing, by the way? Across the board, Abe, Adam, where we at, Adam? Brad, DJ, Marty, any trades? Mike, Ravindra, Safe. I know you took that captain setup, switch trade for money anymore. Sheila. Yep. Reversion to the mean is part of the chart. Yep. A reversion to the mean, Jeff, means that the market, the market does a very if there's one thing constant in the market, is this: price expand and contract, expand and contract. If there's anything that happens on a daily basis in a high frequency, it's that behavior. So whenever you expand against the middle of the range, you're getting that type of behavior and momentum. And when that collapse happens, it collapses to the middle of the range, which is that dotted line that you see right there. So that's just a human behavior: high energy, low energy, high energy, low energy. So you see it reflected in price action. That's okay, Sheila. You made a good decision. Let's keep working. You'll catch him. How does it tell me? Because it gave me a signal. That's a signal right there. Yeah, it was good. Three elements to the trade. I got to keep it brief because we have to focus on the next idea here. I mean, you have to define the environment. You have to define the behavior. Then you have to define the signal. Yeah, that's another thing, Omer. That's a captain setup on the Thady and Tirinka. So that was the signal that I was talking about. So you got to define those three things in a trade, and the system will help you be very clear on those three elements. So right now, what we're looking at is a 200 and 100 that is in sync on the long side. We got very close to the swing trade target of 317, and we saw the behavior of a fade into the middle of the range, now you're getting a shallow retracement, and we're getting a bit of selling, but the selling is not very convincing, by the way. Yeah, that's very, very shallow. How's Steven doing? Steven is gone. Okay. Here we go. All right. See, it was a shallow phase of selling pressure. Ultimately, we have a support area of 267 by 257. That's harmony zone number one. Pullbacks are buyable. Pullbacks are buyable against, like, I don't want to see 255. Jeff, I'm just going to put a link here in the description, and you could join our private room, and we will go over these concepts with you on a trial basis. So, because some of these concepts require in-depth conversation, and it's hard to have it while the market is actually going. But you know what Omer is talking about, and he's a harmony trader with us, is this. That's the captain setup on the 30 in Tirinko, and that added to the strength of the sell pressure that I took into the reversion to the mean type of trade. And you saw the same kind of behavior here, and actually even here. All right, let me step away, just get some water. I'll be back. All right, guys. So that same concept, we said we were talking before I kind of took a little bit of a water break, that this pullback is shallow, and we had a target up there, and we went and hit it. Now we're on to almost the 42, which is Globex. We hit it, and we did the same type of setup that we did here, a little bit different, but in essence, it's just the same thing. And we got so close to that top end of that range, and the market got faded to the middle of the range, a reversion to the mean type of decision. And now you're getting consolidation very close to that. The target is 342. We should be able to hit that target. We'll see. Then we have a higher target from there. Yeah, they're fading it one more time. Like, I can get short here and put a stop at 37 and get 21 or close to 21, but I'm gonna just leave it alone and watch this market for a little bit. That first attempt at it is the best. It's typically the best. Pullbacks are buyable in this environment. We'll reevaluate the longs if we break anything under 280. Yeah, look at that. They're putting the captain setup. I mean, if they break that 329, yeah, see that? Yeah, boom. That's it. Yeah. I mean, they rotated that one thing one more time before they kind of trap people into that pullback. Captain set up short on ES at 222.75. So you're getting combination of things happening against that Globex. Hey Shingo, how are you? Good morning. It's a free trial, yes, Jeff. It's a free trial. Software is not, but you're gonna get a 5 day free trial, and you could explore all the ins and outs of it. So you're all right. I mean, that's. I mean, they hit a wall. They hit a wall over here. They hit a wall. So they came to harmony zone number one and bounced right back up, which is expected from a long behavior. Okay, because structurally, what we're seeing here, the market with this little move, with this retracement, it got out of sync. So now we are in a two-sided market where we can play both sides, the longs and the shorts. In order for the longs to take control back up, this cloud needs to shift positive, and we need to start looking for, and that most likely will happen around 320. If we start breaking 280, that really kind of puts a halt on the long behavior, and we may get a little bit of deeper pressure that could take us to 67 by 57. So I need to be very conscious of that, um, right here. But we had this captain set up short on ES at target, and that lend itself for that push lower. So they put a captain setup here, which is interesting. If they close this candle, I'm gonna go short. Really? I gotta take that stop. I gotta take that stop. So what they're doing, let's read through this, is they're coming into harmony zone number one, which is support, and bouncing back multiple times. Right here, I mean, we had an opportunity for a captain setup switch trade. I took it. I took it for a stop. It ran up a little bit and came back in. That's fine. I gotta take my stops. I gave it actually even more more room, just the top end of that captain setup. Not all. I mean, the obvious in trading is not all signals work, right? Here you got bigger charts, 200 and 100. That's the 200 and the 100. That's bigger wrinkle values that gives us the bigger uh, look at the market. Or it looks like we're going to put a captain setup short right here. 305. Yeah, I think my system is slowing down just a tad bit here. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I think my system is crashed here. But give me one moment. Yeah, that captain setup uh, worked. I saw that captain setup short. Uh, DJ, can you confirm the price? Just I want to make sure that I'm in sync with you guys, or anybody for that matter. All right, so that's the captain setup short right here. They're coming back to retest it. So they keep. So there's a. I mean, there's a just distribution area going on right here. Anything above the 15 or in around 10, 15, they're selling it and they're buying Harmony Zone number one, and they're back and forth just playing that game. Been a trader since 89. Excuse me, not 89, 98. 98. Full time since 2010. I was full time from 98 till '04. Then took a break for 6 years, came back 2010, and I've been full time since then. I'm not I'm not a 20-year-old trying to see if trading is gonna work for me. I'm 52. I've been at this game for a while. There's pressure coming in here. We may end up seeing a little bit of a flush coming through. Yeah. So you're seeing that the lower high pattern that they've been putting together. So they put a captain set up short, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, another lower high. Yeah, at a major chop, but I mean they're sticking the market into this very tight range where they're buying Harmony Zone number one and they're selling the 10 to the 20. I know, Adam. I mean, it's a all you can eat buffet today. They are giving you. I mean, it's a two side. It was a two-sided market. Now we're back into a market that's in harmony on the long side. So So the pullbacks are buyable, and the next swing trade target is 342. 342. So that is back in action. Is the captain set up long on the 70 NT Rinko? Should have been paying a little bit closer attention because that happened at 307. And our target of 342 coming up. That's okay, Adam. Just learn from it and get better next time. And the key is to figure out like the why behind the behavior. It's it has a center theme to a lot of it, and the theme is two things. One of them, not admitting that you're wrong or the trader is wrong in the direction, and the second is not willing to take the stop or the actual value of the loss. So it's too much for the person to take it. So he just kind of stays in the trade and keeps adding so he can be proven accurate. So that issue can be rectified fairly easy by sizing appropriate and only adding to trades that are working in the direction of the original position. So this way, if the trader makes it as a rule, even if the trade goes against him, he stays in that one contract position. For example, it could be two contracts. So the probability of a blowout is really low, versus being wrong and adding, then you're compounding the mistake. At this point, it's not gonna be a prod, Adam. It's gonna be a spike. I'm just gonna have to. And no worries, man. We're all experience issues as traders, and the key is to calmly dissect the behavior. Say, okay, well, why do I do this? Then how can I reverse engineer it? And never beat yourself up over the whole process. You just get better every way and every day in every way. You're getting better and better and better. It's a physical reaction to stress, Mike. So what has to happen is you have to constantly diffuse yourself from those stress hormones, and that will reduce the chances of you exhibiting that type of behavior. So taking frequent break, closing your eyes and do deep breathing throughout the session, all of it helps you reduce your stress hormones, and you'll find yourself on those spots where you got stubborn before, that you're less stubborn because your hormones are leveled. They're not they're not taking control. What happens is you get stressed and you fight, right? Versus if you reduce that stress threshold, you are less likely to fight. You just make the right decision, or more likely to make the right decision. If that makes sense. So if you wanna work on something, work on reducing your stress hormones throughout the trading sessions, and frequent breaks, deep breathing, closing your eyes from time to time, and just take a deep breath. Um, for the longest time, for the longest time, what I used to do, I used to, and I was in streaming at that time, but I would put a stethoscope. I mean, I know that's gonna sound funny, but I'll put a stethoscope, put it on my heart, and tape it, and I'll trade. And every time I start hearing my heart pump up, pump up, pump up, I know I'm stressed out. So the odds of me making the wrong decision is really high. So I have to take myself away from the screen. Even if I'm in a position, I'll just leave the position. I'll walk away, then come back when I'm calm. I did that for a while, and that helped. There is another thing that I have. I'll show it to you. This. I used to put this on my head. It's called the Muse headset, and it's a biofeedback um, device. And you just like literally put it right here, and on your phone, it will show you your heartbeat, it will show you your brain waves, and it gives you a threshold of stress response versus non-stressful response. And when I see myself in a stressful response, I'll go into that mode. And that one helped me out a lot for a while. It broke, so I don't use it anymore, but I learned a lot from that process. So there's a lot of things that you could do to kind of help you manage your stress, but each person is different, so you have to do something that works for you. Good morning, Khaled. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I used to trade. One of the experiments that I did on myself, I used to trade on a recliner and just reclining back almost 45 degree, and I just had the mouse right next to me, and I'll look at the screen, and I'll trade. And my idea is, if the blood pools up in my brain, since I'm 45 degree angle looking like this, then I should make better decisions. As silly as that sounds, that experiment did not work because I ended up sleeping half of the trading session. All right, yeah, coffee for me, it tends to spike me then drop me, and I don't necessarily like that type of energy. So I substituted it with three things. I do ceremonial cacao. Look that up. It's very, very good. I take sea moss in the morning, and shalajit. Those three things gives me energy and focus. And it's the type of energy that is stable. Doesn't spike and drop. It's important to me. So yeah, I make my own. I make my own. I get the raw sea moss, and I make the gel myself. So I take that for first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Then shilajit. Shilajit is a game changer. That thing is powerful. And then I take ceremonial cacao. That's what I'm drinking right now, actually. Well, Samuel, I appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, Apex is doing the 80% in 1 day pass. So, and they started that yesterday. So if you're picking up any accounts, yeah, we appreciate your support, and use the code OHarmony. Shilajit, Omer. Um, I'll send you the the link of the one that I bought, because there's a lot of fakes out there, and I did the research on this one. Let me see here. Thank you, Khalid. I really appreciate it, my friend. So yeah, we'll get that going. It's something I'm not doing right. I'm sure. Here we go, Omer. Check that out. That's the one I bought. So they did this again. I mean, like you're seeing how we got very close to that target at 342, and the market gets retraced, right? So they did it here, they did it here, they did it up here, and they did it before right there. And there's just distribution area up and close to Globex, and they just keep pulling it back often and often. So that's worth noting, because if that persists and we break 280, then the market is shifting back to the short. Then we have one more opportunity for harmony zone number two, which is 267 by 57 to hold. And if it doesn't hold, you're looking at a complete reversal. So in the next half an hour or so, if we continue to trade above 280 and above 295, then the odds of breaking this target is high. If we break right under it, then a new personality for the day will present itself. Yeah, I mean that's where it's coming from, Omer. I'm telling you, I've been taking that stuff, and it has. By the way, this is not medical advice. This is just something I'm doing. So don't go, buying stuff, but just based on what I tell you or what I'm saying. But Shilajit is something that I'm taking, and it just gives me such a mental clarity and energy that stays with me throughout the day. Here we go, safe. That's the link that I sent to Omer, and that's the one that I bought and researched. It's a Himalayan resin. They get it from the Himalayan mountains. All right, so here we go. I mean, that's boom. I mean, now the market is out of sync between the 200 and the 100. We're out of sync. What does that mean? That means it's a two-sided market, and we have a place where the longs can take a leg and the shorts can take a leg, and the idea of a swing trade to 342 is taking a pause, and now we're hitting the 280. So that's what the market is doing. Well, I tell you one thing, I paid $100 for that thing. So if you buy anything that's like $20 or $30 or something like that, avoid cheap stuff. Then the second thing is you test it. There's a way to test the resin in three ways. You put it in water, warm water. It should dissolve very quickly. Second, um, put it in alcohol. It should not diffuse or dissolve at all. Third, you burn it. If it burns, it's no good. Okay? It shouldn't burn. It shouldn't catch on fire, basically. Okay? Those are the three things that you can test and make sure that the stuff that you have um, is working. Also, there's a fourth test. Put it in a fridge. It should change consistency. It should get harder. Take it out and put it outside in room temperature. It should be more resiny liquid. Not liquid, but more viscous. If it doesn't change its consistency, then you know this is not the real thing. So you start with expensive and then do those tests. Okay, hold on one second. We're getting problems here. If we get a captain setup and a run up at 74, we're gonna get a push back up. They're trying to pause it here. Here we go. You see that? That's the first bounce off of that into harmony zone number 2. So from 2 to 1. So the structure of the market is getting weaker and weaker with this behavior. This is almost like the last line of defense for price action. If they do not protect the 60s, you're gonna get a change in personality that could take us all the way down to 242. And there you're getting a complete reversal of the 200, and then on a swing trade basis we have targets in the 200 and lower. So it's very, very important for the market from the long perspective to be holding the line here in and around this zone of 267 by 257. And then there's 5 points below that needs to be protected as well. And they're defending it. They're making a higher low. They're defending it. I mean, they're not just letting it slide and go. But as we go into harmony zone number 1, we're seeing them coming back in. So we're stuck in this neutral zone where the price action is just, rotating with a short bias, a selling bias. This is because you just made a lower high. So see how the market just made a higher low than a lower high. That's consolidation pattern all day. Right here. Here and here. Okay? So neither of them went above that or came under that. And they're just stuck in this range. And typically they oscillate here, then take a direction. Okay? So if they break the 86 or they break the 65, you're going to start getting momentum in that direction. There you go. It's all good, Adam. Let's go, baby. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Yeah, Omer, they have a name for it up there. It's called the Destroyer of Weakness, Shalajit. And I vouch for that thing, for me at least. It works. You're going for precious, Adam? 1028, we got action. So anyway, where we at? We are. How's everybody doing, by the way? Let's take a tally up on everybody. So this is where we at. We're up 289 after that one stop. And that 289 is right here. And we are at equity high right now. $15,150 and there is something that is worth mentioning here. If we break anything above 83.85, we are trapping 81 to 83 and 81 and 83. If we get up there, we are gonna be trapping some shorts because you'll be running over a captain setup short, and here we go. So now, even if they pull it back here a little bit, a buy here has a stop of 63 and a target of 300. Target of 300 or better. I mean, if they run it up to 282, Yeah, they gotta protect that 67. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, let's see. Here we go again to 82. I mean, if they go back up there, I mean, I have to get in there. 82 half, 82 half. So 82 half, I'm gonna have to get in there. Okay, I'll take 83, 81, 75, 82. 82 half. If it gets up to that level, I'll get in. I'll take it at 82. And if it moves above 91, I'll add to it. And I'm gonna look at 300 to 310 and go from there. The stop to that trade is gonna be that 62. That's actually 20 points. I may not want to give it that much, but we'll see. If we break right now 62 and a quarter, then I'm gonna cancel this order. So if we don't get to 82 right now in the next few minutes, 82, it needs to be actually 82 and a quarter. I'm gonna take that profit right there and look for the retracement and see how well they hold it. Because we came up to the top end of the globe expand, and I'm looking at 91, and I wanted the 91 to push. If that pushed, that would have gave me a little bit better structure that I would have, you know, added to into the 300. But here they paused. Like, why are you pausing? You shouldn't be pausing. Now you're getting a second. Yeah, they're gonna push this bad boy up. ES just did a switch trade. What pair? This is Nasdaq 100 futures. They push. Yeah, look at that. They're pushing with a switch trade right here at 92. Yeah, they're gonna run this thing up, guys. Just watch out. You need a break above 300, but once we get there, the 5 and the 10 becomes a quick possibility. Here it comes 305, 310. I had the re-entry right here at that 92. I just simply did not take it, but it's okay. I mean, we just made a little bit of money off that first initial action, and 305 almost got hit. So you're gonna see 310 here very quickly. Here you go. What pair? You just Nasdaq 100 June contract. But DJ, let me show you something here, because so you could know how I structured that market mentally. See right here. That's the 30 in Tirinko. So what they did here is they put a captain setup short after they sold off. So those are always suspect. Those are always suspect. Like, okay, so you sell. Then you give me a short sell in the form of a captain setup. I'm gonna be leery of you. Okay, so that's the first thing. So that means the 82.75 is if we break above it, that will trigger longs. The market consolidated multiple times, but look what they did here. They gave us a 6-prong captain setup long. So the entry for it is literally the 82 that I took, which puts this formation at, you're breaking this short formation. So now you have two signals. One is the break of the short formation, it becomes a long, and the fact that you got a captain setup long, 6-prong captain setup long is another reason. So now you have two reasons to be long in that spot and add to it on pullbacks into the natural area for the price, which is the whole number, and typically they'll break it into the 10, and you saw that. But that's how that idea kind of came about. Yeah, yeah, that's a beauty right there. Good job, man. Good job. All right, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that like button. Appreciate you guys spending your day with us. If you have any questions, let me know. We're going to do this together. All right, everybody, help AKU. Hit that like button. Appreciate you guys. Let's do this. Thank you, AKU. Yeah, this market is vulnerable here. Vulnerable for a break below 80. So just watch out. Um, the strength that we just saw up here based on the six-prong captain setup is getting faded in a way, and we may find ourselves back to that 70-65 area fairly quickly. So just be cautious of overcommitting in this area. So you're seeing that break from 85. We're back into this harmony neutral zone. I mean, ultimately, the market has to break 305 and 307 in order for momentum to pick up on the upside. We're going to continue to read the market and see what they're all about here. Another lower high around the whole number. So if you break that 80-75, you're going to get a push toward the 65. There's weakness here. I mean, obviously it's a two-sided market, right? Actually, it's just the market is actually in sync on the long side. It's not even a two-sided market. But I'm seeing just this pocket that we're in here, and it's at a minimum we're just consolidating, and you can trade the edges of it. The distribution is 300 to 10, and the accumulation is 80 to 65. I'm gonna just pause here and just let them do this for a while till they make a decision. And what kind of decision are we looking at? We're looking at a 307 decision where the market can break above it. And if they do that, then the long idea of 342 will start gathering momentum. If we break anything under 365, 360, I mean 265, 260, we're breaking that original structure that stabilized this, and we are going to break into 242, and then you're getting momentum on the downside. Anything in between, you can look at the 20 NT Rinko and play the edges of it if you like, or just basically wait for the bigger action to start working. And no, Khaled, the whole week, I have, it's gonna be just a half a session, the morning session. I gotta, after this is done, I have to go do a physical massage, and go have lunch with the wife. So I got things going. Tomorrow, tomorrow, after the room closes, 11:15. Does that work? And that's Central Time. So you see that churny price action. Yeah, thank you, by the way, Khaled. I appreciate you, man. Captain set up short on the 30 NT Rinko. So that's going to be a catalyst for a push toward the 80 one more time. And I want to see if against the 98. So right here, we should see 80 show up. And if that happens, then we're going to get a 75, 70 push. We'll see. I mean, that's that right here. So we should see that push. And the stop to it is 99 actually. No. Yeah, they're not right here. See, the shorts are not right so far. If they go back again to 85, then we'll get something. But the amount of churn that's going on here is something else. And that's why I keep saying let's wait for a break above the middle of the range. Either you go up to 310 or you come back under 60. So this way we can avoid this type of very noisy structures. Because right here, they trapped the shorts. Like an expectation of an 80 showing up, that trader got rolled over in this move. And that could have been me if I didn't have a filter that tells me, hey, listen, wait for 310 or wait for 260. We're literally smack into the middle of the range and them just rotating. All right, let's just take one last look. So that one last trade that we took when we took it long, so we're up at 435 for the day. And this is the 435 equity high, 15,296. That's how I'm gonna close my morning, and I'm not necessarily gonna be coming back to trade the afternoon. I'll be just done right here. Yeah, we should see an okay. So we should see a push. So 710. I mean 310. Yeah, we should see a push up. How is Marty doing? Mike, how is Mike doing? Ravandra, how you doing? Sheila, where we at? Adam, you reloaded and up 4. I don't know if you got more involved. DJ and Khalid. I may not want to say that together. DJ Khalid. No. DJ Mike, Khalid, Marty. Where we at, everybody? Right now. Here we go. Good job, bro. That's awesome. Doing okay, Marty? Okay. Good deal. Thank you, Shingo. That's it for me, guys. It's 11 o'clock. I gotta go get that massage going, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow, Friday, and we will do this again. I am lucky in money, and tomorrow we'll show that again. Have a good one.